Hi there, my name is Phil from 2020 Sounds. Thank you for clicking on our channel. Today's video is entitled Hiring a Photographer. Hiring a photographer is one of the biggest decisions you will make as part of your wedding planning. It's a decision really built on trust and building up a good level of confidence with this person and a very good rapport. A photographer, certainly from a bride's point of view, is going to be with you for the whole of your day, right through from your bridal prep with your bridesmaids, to getting to the venue, to being at the venue, walking down the aisle, the exchanging of rings, the wedding breakfast, your speeches, cutting the cake, first dance, father-daughter dance. So there's so much that your photographer is involved with on the day. So making the right decision is obviously incredibly important. It's not like you can go and have your big day again and have those photos taken again. So it's really, a difficult decision to make at times. You'll go to many wedding fairs and possibly open days, and you'll look at a lot of portfolios and you'll speak to a lot of photographers. The one thing I would say is that how does your photographer make you feel? Do they inspire confidence in you? Do they make you feel at ease? Because I think the biggest thing is for a photographer to make you feel at ease. As I said before, I hate having my photo taken. Doing these videos don't come natural to me. So the thought of having to pose in a photo is one that fills me with dread. And I know that's the same with maybe a lot of couples, and certainly bride and grooms. Having that thought of having to pose for photos is something that sits comfortably with people. So when choosing your photographer, one of the biggest aspects I say is, do they make you feel at ease? Do the pictures that you look at, do they match those photos that are in your mind's eye? Because you'll have pictures that you want to look at. More often than not, you want to have couples feeling that they're in a natural environment, and try and stay away from those pose photos. That's the one tip that I'd always say, and I'm sure a lot of couples speak with photographers and say, I don't really want a lot of the pose photos, I want to stay away from them, I want to have as many photos in the most natural environment. And that's where I believe you get the best reactions from people, when you see your guests laughing and joking and catching up, and maybe they haven't seen people a long time. They're the best photos. I'd always stay away from a lot of pose photos, because one of the biggest aspects of your day is time. Your time will go so quickly, and the more demands you put on your photographer to say, you want this photo of this couple, you want this photo of aunt this person and uncle this person, and you've got to have this person with your nan and everything else. The more photos that you ask your photographer to take, the more time that takes up, because again, trying to find all these different people during the day, your groomsman might be somewhere else, your best man might be someone else, your maid of honour might be somebody else, the bridesmaids might be somewhere else, and your parents might be somebody else, and trying to arrange everyone to be in the same place at the same time can be very, very difficult for your photographer. So I would say is that when you give your list of photos that you want taken to your photographer, try and keep the posed photos to a minimum really, and try and ask to have as many natural shots as you possibly can, because I've always believed that they are the best photos to be taken. Another way of building up confidence and trust with your photographer is to book an engagement shoot. Some people do these as part of their wedding packages, and some you may have to pay for, but I'd always strongly urge you to do that, because that's where you really do get to build up your confidence with your wedding photographer. You build up that rapport, that trust, and you get to build up that relationship. You'll start to ask questions about people as well, and you'll start to feel good about people. So when it comes to the big day, you don't feel like your photographer's entered the room. You feel like a friend's entered the room, and they're going to look after you, and they've got your back, and they've got your trust, and you know that you can do everything you can, and you can feel you in your most natural environment. and that comes from having that engagement shoot. So I'd always strongly urge you to have that, and just try and follow their lead, because they've done this many times before, and they would have been to your venue before, and they know where the best place is to have those posed photos. And as I said before, try and keep those posed photos to a minimum. And I'm often asked which photographers I recommend, and there's a number of venue photographers that I recommend, but one of the persons that I always recommend is Nicola Dawson. She's a very good friend of mine, first and foremost. I've mentioned before in previous videos as well about venues, and the Ball Hotel in Rootham is one of those venues, and I was very lucky to be Nicola's DJ at her wedding reception at the Ball Hotel, and we've gone on to become really good friends since. Nicola's then gone on to become a full-time photographer. She does a lot of work with the Ball Hotel in Rootham, but also as well she does a lot of work with a lot of other venues as well. She's an amazing photographer, and she's incredibly laid back. She's incredibly good at her job. She takes some amazing photos, and I'd always recommend Nicola, because she's just one of these people that you feel naturally at ease with, and her photos are truly stunning. Jump onto Nicola's Instagram page to see some of the wonderful photos that she takes, and if you do book Nicola, you really will be in the most comfortable and safest pair of hands, and you won't have any fear of having, or will my pictures look okay? They will always look absolutely perfect. So that's my video for today. That's hiring a photographer. As I say, I'd always recommend Nicola Dawson. Jump onto Nicola's page, Instagram page, Nicola Dawson Photography, and you'll get to see some of the wonderful photos that she takes. If you do have any comments, then please do put them in the section below. I always say the same thing, please do subscribe to my channel. Many thanks guys, take care.